All of you guys are aware that I am a fantastic chef, right? I have created countless of recipes in my whole life. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised I'm not in prison for some of them. But that's all gonna change today, okay? Because today, we're gonna do something special. I have always been obsessed with food in video games. They just look so appetizing for some reason. Slurp juice, the Mario mushroom, the oh so delicious feast they had in Resident Evil, and of course, most importantly, all of the Minecraft foods. Like, do you actually think all that delicious looking food in the game will taste as good or even better in real life? That's why today I'm gonna cook the top 10 most popular Minecraft items and ranking them in real life. From some actually really good recipes to a couple food items we are biologically not even allowed to eat. We're gonna do that by starting off with one of the most useless Minecraft items, the beetroots. In Minecraft, it barely restores any hunger, just half a point, and really only becomes slightly useful if you turn into beetroot soup. But most people just ignore that because it's just too much effort. But in real life, the beetroot is actually pretty impressive. It's loaded with vitamins and has some natural sugars that give it a sweet, earthy flavor, which I didn't expect. I thought it was gonna be like a potato. All I have to do is peel off the rough skin. Most people cook it first, but you can't do that in the game. So we're eating it raw, like you're supposed to.
Awesome sauce. Beetroot taste test. I thought it was gonna be worse. It kind of tastes like an apple a little bit with the red.
The beetroot was pretty big, just as expected. And honestly, the berries didn't do much better. In the game, they basically give no saturation, and in real life, they were actually a lot worse than I expected. I thought they'd be sweet or refreshing, but they ended up being really bitter and sour.
I don't like those at all.
At this point, I was really hoping to finally taste something good. And a useful, popular item in Minecraft is the
Baked potato.
In game, it actually looks pretty appetizing, and it's one of the best early game foods. Easy to find in villagers, super simple to farm, easy to cook, and it gives you a great amount of saturation. This one was a bit trickier to recreate in real life. We started by poking holes in the potato so it didn't explode in the oven. Then we melted some butter and spread it all over the skin.
Ow.
We carefully placed it in the oven and let it cook for about an hour. Once it was done, we carefully took it out, set it on the cutting board, slice it open, and fluff the inside to make it look like how it looks in game. Some butter and a little sprinkle of salt on top, and boom, you're done. And honestly, it was surprisingly good. We could have left it in the oven a bit longer, but compared to those berries,
That's pretty good. That tastes like potato.
after all that, I felt like I deserved a treat. Maybe even the best thing in Minecraft, the cookie. But let's be real though, Minecraft cookie is absolutely trash in the game. It only restores 0.4 hunger saturation, and it's a pain to make. But in real life, I was actually hyped to make something like this. So I called up my sister for some help, and we got to work making these cookies as close to the game version as possible. We started with some powdered cookie dough mix, which we have to combine with butter. But not just any butter. A 3.6 ounce block of hamster sculptured butter. This might actually be the coolest butter I've ever seen. So we put Mr. Hamster into the dough and we mix them up, and from there we roll them up into a flat surface so we could slice it cleanly into a Minecraft style cookie shape. And after surgically placing each slice onto a baking sheet, we added some chocolate chunks and threw them in the oven. About an hour later, we pulled them out and they looked pretty bad. The oven heat made them puff up way too much and turned them all round. But there was still hope. Mr. Hamster didn't die for nothing. Since they were still warm and soft, we quickly trimmed the swollen edges and reshaped them into the classic Minecraft cookie look. The end result looked and smelled amazing.
That is really good.
Now we're starting to work with some real protein. A whole chunk of steak. One of the best foods you can get in Minecraft. This was actually my first time prepping a steak, and surprisingly, it was super easy. We started by putting some butter in a pan and dropped the steak right in. We also tossed Ducky in the pan, don't worry, he deserved it. While it was cooking, the cameraman got a little distracted by Mr. Cat, but I stayed focused and flipped the steak like a pro. That's also when I got burned by boiling hot oil. After that, we let the other side cook until my sister came up with a brilliant idea. By using a different pan to get the exact grill grooves on the steak like in the game. And the marks came out perfect.
Whoa.
To finish it off, we sprinkled on some mystery seasoning, no idea what it was. Finally, we plated it up, cut it in half, and honestly, it looked beautiful. Now we just gotta taste it.
That's pretty good. That's a good steak.
And now for the most powerful foods in Minecraft, the golden apple. Who said you can't make a golden apple in real life? So at first, I tried grabbing an apple and spray painting it gold. But after almost poisoning myself, I figured I need a different approach. So I thought, why don't I make a real golden apple? So I went online and bought some real gold, which not gonna lie, was kind of expensive. And we started carefully placing ultra thin gold leaves onto the surface of the apple. This was extremely tricky because even the lightest touch made the gold leaf crumble into a billion pieces. So after a lot of struggling and precision work, we finally managed to cover the apple and create a legit real life golden apple. And after tasting it, next, we started getting a bit scientific because we were making a potion of healing. We kicked things off by mixing together a few magical ingredients, half an ounce of blackberry syrup, half an ounce of cherry syrup, and a full ounce of strawberry syrup. Now for the sparkle, we needed some pop rocks, but since they don't exist in my country,
I think this is the off-brand version.
the only problem was this isn't in powder form, so we started crushing it down until we had a perfectly fizzy powder ready to go. Time to bring it all together, we poured our syrups into a potion glass, then carefully added the crushed candy. And finally we topped it off with some Sprite, hoping it will trigger a wild chemical reaction, but sadly, not much happened. So we upped the science and added a little bit of baking soda. And boom, look at that reaction. That right there will definitely heal every disease in Minecraft.
Finally, the healing potion.
Now we just gotta taste it.
Really sour. Very sour.
Next up is the watermelon. Probably the easiest recipe on the list. We grab a tiny watermelon from the store and just cut it up into slices. That's it. No cooking, no mixing, no special prep, pure juicy melon. And you know what? For some reason the tiny watermelon tastes way better than the big ones. It's more sweeter, more flavorful, and honestly, kind of perfect. Sometimes the simplest Minecraft foods end up being the best in real life. And now, the Minecraft cake. We thought it'll be fun to recreate the exact recipe from the game, which is 1 egg, 3 wheat, 3 milk, and 2 sugars. So we started pouring the flour into a bowl, cracking in an egg. And because apparently it's essential for fluffiness, we had to add some butter, which also meant I immediately made a mess. After mixing that all up, we added some milk, mixed it again, and boom, cake batter was ready. We poured it into a square cake tin, perfect shape to match the Minecraft cake, and popped it into the oven. Then came the waiting game.
1 hour later.
We pull it out, and just look at how good it turned out. I was genuinely surprised that the real Minecraft recipe worked so well. But we weren't done yet. We had to decorate it as well. And we started by rolling out some fondant. That's the stuff you lay on cakes, like a little blanket, draping it over the top. After trimming the corners, it was already starting to look like the real thing, but it was missing one thing, those little red squares on top. So I had a brilliant idea to take some white fondant and some red food coloring and just kind of sort of mix it together. And boom, custom red fondant. We cut it into little squares and placed them on top. And just look how beautiful it turned out. Now the only thing left is to taste it.
Cake taste test. That actually tastes just like a good cake.
And now, the final food we're eating is the spider eye. And not just any spider eye.
The tarantula from Thailand.
I have no idea how I legally got this shipped to my house, but apparently you can just order them from a sketchy website and they'll actually show up. So we cut the packaging open, and yeah, it was disgusting. A giant spider, little tiny hairs on his leg. Some limbs already fell off.
Oh, that's just a spider. What is this?
I tried looking for the specific spider eye to match one in Minecraft, but I couldn't really find one. But we did find the fangs, though, that looked absolutely horrifying. Apparently, those are edible too. At that point, there was really only one reasonable thing left to do, and that is to eat the entire thing.
Actually, it doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like paper.
Well, that sums up my Minecraft food tier list. If you disagree, I will find where you live. And if you want to see more silly little videos like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And watch another video right here.